National Weather Service meteorologist Todd Heitkamp, and what everybody's talking about this morning is the winter storm that goes into effect at 10 this morning. What are we looking at here in the tri-state, Todd?
You're right. Everyone is talking about the storm. Everyone's been, sending me messages and everything else, wanting to know what's going to happen. This morning is going to be totally different than what this afternoon is going to be. So don't be lulled into a false sense of security here. And I'm not trying to raise a fear alarm here at all, but this afternoon is going to be totally different. We're going to be starting out with a little bit of rain around the area, and that may be mixed with sleet later on this morning into the early afternoon hours before changing over to snow. We do have a winter storm warning that goes into effect at 10 a.m. this morning and will continue on into early Thursday morning. We're looking at snow becoming heavy later this afternoon, maybe a clap or two of thunder associated with it at the same time. So it's going to come down quite heavy, and that's going to overcome the warm temperatures of the ground, and that's when the snow will start accumulating, and travel will be quite difficult throughout the afternoon into the evening hours.
From what you were saying yesterday, Todd, there's going to be a discerned cutoff between heavier amounts and no snow at all. Can you outline that a little bit for us?
Yeah, and here in Sioux Falls, we're looking at probably right around 4 to 7 inches of snow. You don't have to go too far to the northwest, and you're going to run out of the snow completely. I think probably Madison's is only going to pick up a couple of inches of snow. So the sharp cutoff is going to be quite dramatic once again, like all of our storms have been this year with the El Nino weather system that's going to continue once again today.
As people are making plans to travel for the Easter holiday, this thing is tracking from west to east kind of as I understand it. Where's this going to move, and how's that going to affect things as it gets close to Friday travel?
Well, it shouldn't affect too much on Friday travel, except maybe up in the UP of Michigan or something like that. But for the most part, this storm system will be out of the upper Midwest by tomorrow night. So, again, I think travel for the Easter holiday shouldn't be impacted around here much at all. Even the airport hubs like Chicago and Minneapolis won't be dealing with it any longer after, let's say, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. And I know, Ben, you had also had a question about why isn't this a blizzard because the winds are so strong at 40 miles an hour. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the main reason is
yes.
because
Yes, he did.
He did. He always has questions like that.
Oh, he's
and I'm
full
here
of
to
them.
Try to answer them all the time. But the whole thing is with this type of situation, the snow is going to be so heavy and wet that once it reaches the ground, it's not going to be able to be picked up again. And that's what a blizzard will do, is that will cause blowing and drifting of snow that's already fallen at the same time, reducing the visibilities. Here, the visibilities will be reduced because the snow is falling and his wind is blowing. I know it's kind of semantics or whatever, but there's quite a bit of difference between a blizzard and a winter storm. And in this case here, it would be a winter storm.
So that's why in this forecast, we have patchy blowing snow instead
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly in the open areas. But again, the snow is going to be so heavy and wet. We call it almost like heart attack snow. That it's going to be very difficult for even strong winds like today to pick that snow up off the ground and blow it around.
But people, it's not going to be necessary really for people to shovel, is it? By Friday, we're back up around 43, correct?
Well, I'm going to say that's going to be a personal decision as always, whether that you shovel or not. But it's going to be quite tough to travel on, that's for sure.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what my neighbor Scott's going to have to do.
Yeah, Scott, or in Ben's case, Linda.
Yeah, exactly. The misses.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is going to start out, as your forecast says, it'll start out with rain and sleet and that sort of thing. Are we looking at power line icing?
No, we're not expecting any freezing rain associated with this. We're just going to be starting out in the warm air, and that's why we're going to be dealing with a little bit more with the rain. And I think a lot of people at that point in time say we'll start to think, well, we're not going to get the snow. Once it starts changing over snow, and once the snow really begins to fall, they'll realize it real quick. So the transition is going to be fairly quick, and so therefore we won't have to worry about too long of a period of freezing rain, or in this case, a freezing rain episode at all.
And I know you consult with the schools, Sioux Falls schools,
yes,
and the other surrounding schools. Do you anticipate schools letting out early today?
I wouldn't be surprised some schools would do that. I don't know specifically about what schools, but especially some areas, let's say down the Yankton, Vermilion areas on up towards Sioux Falls and then over into northwest Iowa. I'm sure that those discussions are already being had today and will continue to be had throughout the morning and early afternoon hours.
If it's all right, let's if we can check in with you again around 7:30 this morning, just get an update on this. Would that work for you?
That's what I'm here for, Ben. Is I'm always here to serve you. That's what it's about.
No, it's all about you, meteorologist Todd Heitkamp. Thanks, buddy.
You bet.
Ben and Patty, there's nothing wrong with them that a lifetime of therapy can't fix.
Count down to weird in 3, 2.
More Mix in the Morning next on Mix 97.3 Mix FM.